Hi, everybody. I'm Colin Knox, the head of community engagement here at SolarWinds MSP, and jumping into another session in our Partner Perspective series. Today, I'm joined by David Rounds of NetEffect out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome to the show today, David.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so great to have you. You guys are a great SolarWinds partner, and really looking forward to getting some of your perspectives with the whole COVID-19 situation that the world is facing right now, and maybe some advice out of you of how you guys have been dealing with it. So start off kind of really basic is with COVID-19 and the response that's had to happen with that. What's different about your business today compared to a couple months ago?
Well, probably the number one thing is that there's a lot less people in our office. We've always allowed some work from home, but we've had the same thing. I mean, we have with our employees, just like all of our customers, we have maybe 3 or 4 people in our office a day, and they kind of rotate out. And some of the guys are saying they're a little lonely here. They miss some of their colleagues. So for us, though, overall, our business isn't been affected too much specifically with the COVID-19 things, other than the fact that we are having to find new ways to work with our staff to keep them engaged.
So
go ahead.
So let's touch on that a little bit, right? Now, work from home hasn't just been all of everybody's clients moving to work from home and stuff. It's been the MSPs having to do it as well. So, what are some of the things that you've done to really hit on that to keep your employees engaged during this time?
Well, we do have morning huddles anyway, and we've definitely expanded on that. We've done things like on our huddles, crazy face mask day and crazy hat day. I think that's a little trite at this point in time. Everyone's doing some things like that. We have a virtual coffee break that we do. We have scheduled twice a day where any employees can hop on at certain times of the day and just connect. We encourage them to take virtual lunches together. Reach out and instead of going out to lunch with somebody, set up your own Teams meeting and do a virtual lunch and have that interaction. And then we do virtual happy hours as well, once or twice a week to try to keep them engaged. The biggest challenge has been, getting people to emotionally engage like they would when they were just one-on-one with each other or sitting next to each other, that type of thing. We work in an industry with a lot of type CNS personalities. You're familiar with the DISC profile. And most of those people don't like to talk about how they're feeling or emotions. But the reality of it is we kind of target it as, we're dealing with stages of grief. And it's you may have not lost anybody, and that analogy can be taken the wrong way, but we have lost that human interaction, that human connection with our employees, with our colleagues, with our customers. So different people of the staff are in different places. Some of them are still angry. Some of them, I will not work from home, and some of them have no problem with it, but they're like, yeah, it's getting kind of lonely.
Yeah.
It's like come in the office and there's only 1 or 2 people in the office in the morning because of some different schedules. We got a pretty good sized building here, enough to hold 50 people. While we don't have that many on staff, 1 or 2 people in an office that size can be a little lonely, right?
Yeah.
So for us, it's been about engaging our employees emotionally and trying to get them to talk about it, and providing them toilet paper when they couldn't find any because we had a source for it, some things like that. And hopefully just keep everyone working and keep everyone happy and busy until this time passes.
I'll direct over, you're in one of these cities where it's that 24/7 world, right? It's such a heavy entertainment industry, hospitality industry. How are you guys managing things to keep everything together for those businesses of yours that still do require 24/7 kind of operations, yet in this socially distant world?
Well, we've always, since the day we opened in 2001, been a 24/7, 365 company. We have several levels of on-call for after-hours work, that type of thing. So that really hasn't changed for us too much, with the exception of it's been quieter at night for the guys. Some of the guys who go on call get a lot more sleep. We do have some casinos that are our customers, and those were the ones that tend to wake us up the most. But frankly, it's through the tool of SolarWinds MSP, and we started with SolarWinds MSP when it was called Enable, and in Central Enable Technologies, and because of our fine tuning, our automation policies with self healing and stuff like that, are on call for the most part, except for when there's some sort of rainstorm here and everyone's internet goes out for different things with our cable provider. Our on call isn't too bad. So with the help of SolarWinds MSP, we're able to filter out the noise, the alerts. We're doing this over multiple years of understanding it, how it works, and so we've always provided it. We'll always continue to do it. And I would say we're one of the few MSPs in Las Vegas even that really provide a live support 24/7, 365. So
no, that's awesome.
I think we've gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah, no, you guys have been growing. And it's been awesome to watch from our side, knowing that you guys are kind of in that strengthening your business stage right now. What kind of tips or advice do you guys have, or some of the things and steps that you guys are taking from sales and marketing efforts to kind of be strengthening your business and come out the other side of this?
Well, I'll step back a little bit and say that without the tools that we had from SolarWinds, taking our clients, we've talked to our clients about remote workers for years, but some of them just would never do it. And without the tools with what we have with SolarWinds to deploy all of our tool sets, our security tool sets to our customers, home machines in a lot of cases. We've never done home machines before, but all of a sudden we're supporting them because they need to get in the network, and some of them didn't have remote desktop infrastructure in place. So it's been pretty seamless from us from that perspective. So we are past that, and other than the fact we're now getting people breaking their home machines and wanting help, but we are doing that. And I think one of the other things that's benefited us is, there's always been an argument of whether or not you should charge per user or charge per device. And we've always been a per device model. And while we charge per user for things like Office 365 and things like that, we've been a per device model all along. So we've actually had some things increase. Now, my competitors will say that's a bad thing. However, for us as a business, while we did lose some customers or lose some end users and some devices because of layoffs and stuff like that from some of our customers, we actually gained some other ones, and our customers were happy to pay for it because we're putting these tools on. And using the security tools we do, which unfortunately isn't all SolarWinds, 20-30% of the customers that we installed these security tools on found vulnerabilities. So it was a great thing we did it, but it was literally 10-15 minutes and from clicking a button to scan and be able to put them on the network. So that was awesome. Now we're going through a different phase. We've actually ramped up our marketing. I've heard a lot of MSPs out there have are cutting costs and, for marketing, and that's one of the first places to go. And I can certainly respect that depending on where you're at. But we think that, next 30, 60, maybe 90 days, we're going to be in a lot better position. So we've ramped up our marketing. We've engaged with a new company to do some marketing stuff we were already in the process of already, to really ramp up our SEO and our social media presence, because we think there's going to be a huge opportunity in 30, 60, 90 days coming out of this. Unfortunately, not every MSP is going to make it out of this situation. We've done everything we can to help other MSPs. Frankly, we're engaged with some of our other vendors on some of their helplines and things like that. So I'm glad to help anyone who has some questions on it. As far as I'm concerned, the best thing you can put out into the universe is to teach others, and if you do that, then it'll all come back to you. So we're ramping up our sales and marketing, and it's also another opportunity for customers that you have projects on board. So there's ones that have been in the pipeline or closer, and if we do IT obsolescence plans with our customers so that they have a 4 to 6 quarter budget on what's going to happen. Some of those plans can be moved up, and now is a great time to work on them right now because they're going to have minimal effect on their end users, and you can do some of those during business hours as opposed to after hours. So we're engaging with their customers on those kind of things, and some of them are pushing them to other quarters, obviously, because of the cash constraints, and some of them are like, yeah, come in and just do it. Can you, instead of doing it over a month or two period, can you just have 2 people do it for like 2 weeks straight and just, so we're doing that side of it. And right now is a great time to, if I'm assuming everyone who's listening to this and who works with SolarWinds MSP had a phenomenal experience getting all your clients to remote work. And now is a great time to ask for testimonials. If you did a great job for them, hey, give us a 2-line testimonial or ask a question and use that for your marketing. So those are the things we're focusing on now. Hopefully it's the smart decision, humbly, we hope it is, and we'll be in a much better place 60, 90 days with more client testimonials, more positive reviews, higher quality website and SEO stuff done, focusing on Google AdWords and Bing AdWord things, and so that come 60, 90 days, we'll be ready to rock it. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're focusing on, but it's also very much about helping our customers. I've put several customers in touch with bankers that we've used in order to help them with their EIDL and PPP loans and things like that. I spent a lot of time researching it, have contacts with multiple industries, with, the directors of the SBA for our state and things like that. So I was able to help them and get them some resources, because bottom line is we can do all this work for them. And if they don't have the capacity to pay, it's going to come back. So help your customer navigate their business. And the big part of that overall is if you can do those things for your customers, especially help them navigate these times with their stuff, not just with technology, but from a business perspective, then you become more of a trusted partner than an IT vendor. So that's our focus.
Absolutely. No, I think that's great advice, David. I mean, the whole concept of, mitigating the risk that you can't be paid by helping them, forging those forever relationships by truly partnering with them, and staying front and center and continuing on with that marketing. I mean, I said it on some other conversations and some of the webinars we've been holding lately, is so many businesses are looking very scrupulously at their IT providers right now. And if somebody has misstepped, that's a huge opportunity for you. So if you have your clients advocating and endorsing you and doing whatever, that's just going to create opportunities. So
one caution is now's not the time for a hard sell.
No,
you got to provide value in other ways, right? And that's why, our larger customers I was on the phone with almost every other day. Hey, how's it going with your PPP loan? How are you doing with that? Is there anything I do to help? Do you need any information? Can I help you mine some data? Whatever we need to do to kind of help them down the path. And they're just very appreciative. We have already had great relationships, but enhancing that relationship just does nothing but help you in the future.
Absolutely. Well, hey, that's all the time that we've got for today's conversation here, but really appreciate your time and giving us your perspective of what's going on and how NetEffect is driving through the COVID-19 period here. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.